Welcome back to another episode of Beauty Business and Mindful Podcast. This is your host, Celeste, and I'm so excited. It's October 1st. We're going into spooky season, which is the best. And today's episode, I really wanted to talk about just to the new month. There has been, I did a website update and trying to get podcast out, so it's become so much more complicated because I originally used Anchor and they took away the record from your phone features. And now they're working with Riverside and it's learning this whole new system. And honestly, I am not a fan of it. But here we are recording this episode. And today I wanted to really talk about like evolving and changing in your business. And in this new era where people are like, you're a brand, you're a brand. I think it's a bunch of BS. So I really wanted to go more into the business, like being a business brand versus you, the importance of differentiating yourself and also of evolving and how to like sprinkle little things of yourself into your website and why I decided to redo my website. Um, I don't know if I ever told you, but I pretty much spent like $3,000 per website. So it ended up being all done. It was like $12,000 when I got all my websites done, but I wasn't truly happy with it. So I just been dealing with it. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. It was pretty. It just I don't know. It just I had a different vision for it. Anyway, so I redid my websites up now. You can go to celestestylist.com. And first, let's talk about before I begin even about my website, changes and rebrand and everything. I want to talk about the really business branding in my own words, how I see it, to maybe help you if you're going through a rebranding or you want to go through a rebranding, what to think about. So for me, a brand, it's what people remember through image, images, through scent, through memory of a certain business or product. So, for example, think about Coca-Cola. What comes up to your mind for Coca-Cola? For me, Coca-Cola is Coca-Cola with tacos because I love my Coca-Cola with tacos. For me, Coca-Cola is the commercial. Like, I remember when I was a little girl, they had the polar bear commercial during Christmas time. That is Coca-Cola to me, okay? And also Coca-Cola is really bad for you, but I love it, and it reminds me of how hard it is to quit. Coca-Cola. So that's what Coca-Cola really means to me, and like the fizzly, like carbonation that burns your nostrils, like that is Coca-Cola, okay? So that's just like a memory of that product that I use and think that I associate. Think about like what I just told you, my childhood, different memories, everything that comes to mind when it comes to that product. So I think it goes with your business. And the reality is that you are a human being, okay? Like I'm a human being, and guess what? We're imperfect. We're gonna make mistakes. And to put so much pressure that you have to bottle yourself up like a product to sell your brand, I think that is really toxic. And you know what? Let's not use even the word toxic. I think it's really unhealthy because we are gonna make mistakes. And even if you're like, okay, Celeste, you're going far stretch. No, like seriously, like let's talk about this. Think about celebrities. They get nitpicked for every single thing they do. You can love them. For example, Bridgerton, I love it. I've seen all those seasons 3 times, okay? I binge watch them. And there's certain characters I just love and connect with, but they are just the character. I know that's not the human being. I know I cannot put that kind of pressure on the person because they are their own person, right? It has nothing to do with me or them. It's like they're separate from the people they portray for a movie or a show. So that's why I don't have a personal brand. I have a business brand, I have a business personality, but I do not have a personal brand because I am not for sale. I do not want to sell all aspects of me. I don't no longer share. It's been like almost 2 years. I don't share my kids on social media. I just feel like that's separate from me. They're their own entity. They do not need the additional pressures, right? So that's why I wanted to talk about what branding means to me. Okay, so it's really the memory, the sense, or the you know, things that come to mind when you think about a product or a business. So now let's talk about our business, okay? So I've evolved so much, and it's been crazy roller coaster ride. And sometimes I'm like, people might think I'm a crazy ass, but I'm not. I just love to pivot and change when life takes me. I no longer can do something like foiling and doing highlights. I need to let it go for my health and well being. I'm gonna let it go for my health and well being. I may struggle with it. I may not like that that's the situation, but that's what I'm gonna do. So now, having said that, let's talk about the website. So website rebranding is more for us than it is for clients, but I want to talk a little bit about it, why I did it. Anytime you do a website rebrand, remember, like, it's just pretty packaging like a present, like I told you. Like, it looks pretty, people might like it, you might like it, but it's not that big of a deal, okay? But when people land on your website, that's why you should know where your business is coming from. It needs to be able to do two things, and it's what you can do for them and how to get that thing from you. So, for example, like if you are a manicurist and you do like your specialty is hard gel nails, I need to be able to see, okay, when I go into your page, I can see you do hard gel nails and how can I book you, right? Or if you have a wait list. And even like honestly, and I'm giving you this advice from like the reality of things, even if you are fully booked, always have a cancellation or wait list because you didn't call that person when somebody calls in sick or something happens or somebody ends up no longer coming to you because they ended up moving. It's so important to always have a wait list or, like, and nurture them through emails, right? Get their email, nurture them, keep in contact with them at least once a month, right? So, anyways, that's what you need to do with business. The same thing. Like if I want to order the habit and I want a milkshake from them, I can do it online. I know how much the pricing is. I can order it and go pick it up, or they can even bring it out to my car, which I love. They have taken the concept of Target literally in a fast food chain restaurant. And I'm just saying this because this is the reality of things, is that business is changing. How people do business and what they want to know is so important. So I'm gonna address 5 things that I did on my website. So, like, first of all, pricing. Always be transparent. For me, I'm like, I want to know like right away, is that a fit for me or not? Right? Can I afford it? Can I not? And it's not so much a can I afford it. It's more like, do I even want to spend the money on that or not? I just did one of my amazing brides this past weekend, and I was talking to her how I paid $100 for a um hard gel fill, and they're plain. Okay, she's like, you paid $100 for that, and I was like, yeah. So the story behind this is that they told me, I asked, it was supposed to be $50. It ended up being 100. I paid it, and I won't go back there. But like I paid it. And this is what I mean. Like, it's so important that we're so transparent with our pricing. And this, I saw it on the website. I called and asked, and then I got them done. I mean, there was no designs or nothing on them. Okay. And that's how much I ended up paying. So it's just such a good lesson for us. And it reminds me also my consumer self. It's not that like I haven't paid over $100 for nails before. It's that I know when I want to pay 100 nails before. Like right now we're in Halloween season, so I'm gonna get my Halloween nails done. And it's a lot of artistry, and she does in hand painting. I pay for that expertise. But that's different versus when I know I'm gonna pay versus going somewhere where I was one cheap, like fast or whatever nails, I'm like, this right now they look horrible. I know I'm gonna get my super nice nails done soon. They needed to hold me over, and I ended up $100 out. So I'm sharing this with you because we need to be very transparent with our pricing. Also, when you put up your pricing, you actually make it very clear if somebody is the actual like ideal client for you or not. For example, like if your price range is $100 and somebody's looking for a $20 service, they automatically know, no, no way, I'm not going there. Perfect. They have already saved you time and money and effort from talking to you. So that's why I believe it's so important that you put up your pricing. I have no issues with putting up my pricing. So I did. I put up pricing for different things. My accounts mostly for beauty professionals, but I also put their bridal. People can go on there and check out what my pricing is, and I have no qualms about it because I know there's people that charge more than I do that have less experience than I do. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh my gosh, Celeste. No, I'm just being honest about it. Like, sometimes like we think, oh, why should I charge that? But there's people that have less experience than you charging like 3 times more than you are. And for me, I always like to be in a price range where I feel comfortable and I feel an integrity. I just had a price increase on my bridal business side, and I'm having a price increase on my other business side, which is like the hair cutting and my color clients. And like I know like I'll be like weeding out people from that, and that's okay. Like it's part of growth too. Like you have to remember, Just like in friendships, as you start losing friendships, as you start growing and evolving, so it is in business, and that's a beautiful thing. And also our clientele's needs and wants are starting to change too. Um, and it's not a poor money mindset, it's a reality of things, right? Things are changing even for me. Like I was not ready to pay $100 for a hard gel fill. Um, I know what I want to pay $100 for. So let's take that into account about pricing. That's my take on it. So next, let's move on to how to get a hold of you. It's so important that in whatever you do, you need to be able to use your website to collect something from people, okay? Not just money, not just services, but maybe you offer a freebie so you can grow your email list, okay? People are more apt to buy from you from your email list than they are from social media posts or selling stuff. So, like I say, your email list is so powerful. So go ahead and do that. For example, today I'm sending out an email with all of my price changes and things, and just my new website. I'm actually like, also mentioning that. So I'm just sharing that with you because I think it's so important that you're always in your website. It has to be able to be a hub to collect emails, to be able to start and think about email like a community. It's a community that you talk to through a email service provider. So I just really love having my community online. I share stuff with them that I usually don't share on social media. I'm more open. I am more comfortable with them because I feel like that's my community that really wants to hear from me. So make sure your website, I don't care what it is, have a way to collect emails. Nobody likes newsletters, but people like tips. Nobody likes newsletters, but people like a discount. Um, and if you don't like discounts, because I do not give out any discounts, you can give out a free resource, right? I give out a free Pinterest guide. It's super, super helpful, super in depth. And I love it. I think I people charge for that information. I don't. I feel like that should be free. My strategy behind it, that's what's paid behind. Like the paywall is my strategies. Like how you do the regular stuff that most people don't know how to do. I feel like that's free stuff. So that's a way you can create a freebie, but make sure that you're using your website to also collect emails. Number three, don't waste a lot of money or resources on it. I know it's easy for me to say now because I waste a lot of money on mine, but literally the one I just did in total with everything, okay, that I have on there, honestly, it cost me it cost me $425. I did all the work. Um, I used photos from my old branding shoots. I did have another shoot, like a really quick one. But like it's all me and I like it and I feel really comfortable with it. And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. It's gonna take time though. You always have to think if somebody does it, it's gonna take their time. So you're gonna have to pay for that. Or you can use your own time. I utilize my own time. I really like how it came out. It feels really good to me. I love the transitions, everything on it. Like it just feels really authentic to me. And this is the time where I really, really wanted to have something that was really reflective of who I am as a business owner, as a person. And even if you came into my home, what you would be expected to see, like I like my aesthetic in my home to be a certain vibe and a certain feel and warm and welcoming and light. And although I love Halloween and I love spooky, and my dream is one day to live like in 1800s or a historical home, I would love a mansion, but if not, I'll settle for a historical home. I love spooky things. I love 1800 vibes, 1600 vibes, like antiques. Like it's stuff that I really love that I never share with you all, like on my websites. I mean, on my social media and stuff, because like that's another side to me. And that's what I mean. That's the beauty of not being a personal brand. I'm a business, right? So there's my business brand right there and my business really personality. And then there's me, Celeste, the human. So you can differentiate yourself. Like honestly, if you told me, okay, so let's what would your website be? You're like, okay, I would have my salon would be painted in black and I would have like gold stars. And I would be like it would be so freaking like moody and scary and spooky. Like, that's me. But like the reality is like I know my clientele, my brides probably don't want to be in a spooky black mobile salon. So let's be real, okay? So that's what I mean about your website. So far we've talked about the website, collect the emails, make sure that you're putting your pricing so people can repel themselves. And also like, sprinkle it, like also like, the cost of it, right? Like you're either gonna pay somebody to do it and you may not like it. Happened to me and it's not their fault. People can read our minds. And sometimes like I may not be able to express myself really like accurately, and that's also on me. So you have to also take accountability. Somebody else doing your website, they're not gonna be able to read exactly what you want. So let's be real about that. Okay. So we talked about cost of that. Next, let's talk about the importance of a website more than being pretty. I know being pretty is so awesome, cool, being aesthetic, but really the reality is your website should be like a storefront for people to automatically know this is for me or it's not for me. You need to attract and repel, okay? So step number 4 is attract and repel. We're so scared sometimes, and I'm talking as a woman, and I'm talking as Celeste, a human too, and my life experiences because I was bullied a lot as a little girl. Like being accepted was really important for me at a certain point in my life, and then I went to at the later, like my late teens, I went into like I don't care if nobody freaking likes me, and I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna make mistakes, and it's gonna be messy, and it was a whole road of rediscovery of who I really was. So I understand we want to be accepted, but the reality is our business has to attract and repel. Like, like Supercuts attracts and repel. Um, the Dry Bar attracts and repel, right? Sephora attracts and repel. Ulta attracts and repel. Coca-Cola attracts and repel. Um, natural products attract and repel, right? Holistic, medicine attracts and repel. Sound healing, which is something I love to go to. It attracts and repels. And there's providers also who do it who I love, and other ones I'm like, I can't stand it. Like I'm wanna burst out laughing. So I'm just sharing all this because we get so scared that, oh my goodness, I do not want to repel people. I do not want to repel clientele. But that is our job. Our job is we're not for everybody. I am not everybody's hairstylist. I am not. And I am totally okay with that. And also, there's enough business for all of us to go around. And I just think it's so important that we start getting more comfortable with attracting and repelling people and our clientele because you need to know who you're attracting, right? So I think that's really important. And you have to get more comfortable with that. And with that comes, the pricing helps with that, um, also like your aesthetic. So like putting actual pictures of your work. So if you go to my website, I do not have stock images. Okay. The reason for that is I want to showcase my work and the reality of it. I love Instagram. I think it's cool and it's pretty and everything, and work can look beautiful. But the reality is that clients want different things. I have clients who they want their hair to feel like real hair. They want it to move. They want it like a little messy and then done. They want it big. They want it to stay like a certain way all day. They don't. Like, they want to invest in hair extensions to make it fuller. They don't want to invest in hair extensions to make it fuller. They want to rock what they have. They want more than what they have. So they're willing to invest money in extensions. And I'm just sharing all this because it's the reality of things, right? Like, we really need to be very clear on that part. So, and lastly, number 5, like, make sure you have way people to contact you. You'll be surprised. There's so many websites where I've been to where I don't know how to contact the person. And sometimes I'm like, okay, so what do I do now, right? Or the business. And I'm like, are they still in business? Because this like picture looks from like 2005. And I know that sounds really mean, but it's the reality. Like you need to upkeep. If you're gonna have a website, you need to upkeep it. I change mine every 3 months. I'm like adding pictures or changing, switching things out, and showcase what you want to do. Because if you like, say for example, like you have a really pretty picture, okay, and it's of a hairstyle that you hate to do, but you want to put it up on your website because like it's really pretty. The reality is that you're going to be attracting people who want that hairstyle. So if you hate it, don't put it on there. Your website should also showcase your work. Please, like show it. Like, what does it look like? And I know we can be our hardest critics. One of my makeup artists that works with me, she always laughs because she knows. She's like, Celeste doesn't need no haters. She's her own hater. And I know it sounds horrible, but like me being anxious, I'm always overthinking and I'm always learning from myself too. I'm always like, okay, I can do this next time better, next time better, next time better, right? And also, like, I'm also very mindful that with hair and everything, it's very personalized and people want certain things with their hair. And, not everybody wants a crap ton of hairspray. Not everybody wants it to stay set a certain way all day. They want it to come unruly. They want to be able to run their fingers through it. And I'm just being honest with you because the thing is with Instagram is we don't see behind the scenes. And I'm going to share this from a good place in my heart. I'm not doing it to be mean. I'm just being honest because nobody told me this and I wouldn't have known unless I took the class. I took a class from somebody and I didn't know how much they charge. They charge over $1,200 for a style and they make the extensions mandatory and they also like if there's humidity or stuff, people have to pay for retouches. Or people are scared that's gonna like get messed up, they need to pay for retouches. There's no guarantee that's gonna last all night. And I'm sharing that because sometimes we are our worst critics and we're like, oh my gosh, I suck. That stylist has that hairstyle done, that lasts all day, but we don't know that they're doing retouches. Or he had the hairstyle last all day, but we don't know that they're using extensions or that they make it mandatory that their clients have to have harmful hairspray or that make it mandatory certain things or that. And the beauty of things like hair is a natural thing and texture is so in right now. And we need to be so mindful to not stop our own growth. Websites are nice. I feel honestly like in 2024, a website is probably like, I think probably like a 30% need to a website, to be honest. And it may be different for you. Like maybe all your business come from websites, so then you should put more effort into it. But that's what I mean. Like, see where all your business is coming from. Like for me, I did my website and it took me like 2 days and not 2 full days. Like I did one day, I did 3 hours. The next day, I did 2 hours total, and it was done. So it was 5 hours total. I just took little breaks and stuff because that's how I am. And it looks really pretty, and I really love it. So that's my website has been done because of that. I decided to invest 5 hours. I did not invest 5 days, and I did it over 2 days span because I wanted to take breaks. And creatively, I've learned that when I do things like this, um, I just do better with time. I don't like it rushed. And also, like, I hope this motivates you that I am not a college graduate. I do not have a degree. I am a high school student. Okay. I graduated from high school. I went to beauty school and I just like to learn tech because I've had to, because of business, to do a podcast, to all those things, my opt ins, my freebies, classes, working with Pinterest, all that stuff takes tech, and I've had to learn it. I'm a millennial. Okay. Like, we had the original like um, Macintosh in our computers. So that's how far back we go. And I remember that taking Word and Excel was an elective. And I took it just because I was like, oh, I think it'll be important because during that time in the early 2000s, they're like, oh, internet and all this is just a fad. Like, it's just a phase. It's going to fade out. Yeah, right. It will become our future, did we not know? And it's just like such a beautiful thing that myself, as a almost 39-year-old woman, can learn all this. Like, you can learn this too. You can learn to do things too. But it does take time. It does take patience. It does take you will make mistakes. I still make mistakes on my websites and make sure that you always go every 3 months to make sure your links are working properly, that your website's working properly because sometimes they'll come down. Weird things happen with tech. But most importantly, I wanted to share why I did it. I wanted to share some really helpful tips on the website rebrand. What like the new website design I did and things that I've learned through my own website. The importance of being able people to contact you. So make sure you put your email address on there, or you have a contact form in every single page, which is something I did on my other one. But just make it something where it's actually helpful for people, where people right away can know this is for me or it's not for me. You need to attract and repel with your website. I really hope this episode helps you and enjoy this spooky season. I cannot wait for the fun upcoming tutorials I'm going to be doing. And also this month, we're opening up the Patreon. So I'm starting my own Patreon community. There's 2 different tiers that you can choose from. And I'm so excited to have a place where we can connect. I will be having once a month live video, live stream where we can chat and I can talk to you. And sometimes we'll do like fun little, like tutorial alongs where you can we can do something together. And sometimes we'll just chat and I'll share with you like behind the scenes what's going on and answer any questions. So I'm so excited for that, and that's coming out later on this week. First, it's going to be released to my email community and familia, and then later on, it'll be released to everybody. So, with that, remember that it's okay. This is I started my first website. I got it in 2018. Now we're in 2024. So it's been years in making and learning how to tweak and break my own website to get where I'm at. And remember, there's like really affordable templates. So if you want to know like of affordable templates, feel free to just DM me, be like, hey, Celeste, I listened to your podcast and my question is. Just make sure to say that so then I know. Um, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I'll see you next time. Bye, love.